how to manifest something new that will completely transform the quality of your life. Hi, my name is Leah Chantel. Welcome back to my channel. And today I'm talking about how do you manifest something brand new out of the box that's completely going to change your life. I would say, first of all, you need to find out what are the things in life that truly scare you or you find difficult or hard to deal with. Go in those places first in your life and explore what would it feel like if those things were better. Let's say you've had tremendous pain in your relationships in the past and you've been too scared to go back into dating and find your ideal partner. Start imagining what would it feel like if you just had this area of your life handled once and for all. You finally found the right partner. You're truly in a happy, committed relationship if that's what you want. And you don't have any suffering or any trauma or drama around it. It's just solved. It's just peace. And how would that enhance your life? So those areas of your life where you're scared to go are usually the ones that will give you the biggest, most dramatic transformation in your life. Maybe for you, that's not your personal relationships. Maybe you're doing really well in that area of your life, but you're unemployed and maybe you're dependent on that loving relationship in order to survive. And you could probably do better. You could expand your income and really contribute to the family in a life transforming way if you really applied yourself. Or maybe the transformation is it's time for you to move to a new place because you're not getting the opportunities that you deserve where you live now. And maybe you need to be willing to pack up and move in order to really change your life and find an opportunity that really fits you. I've been in that position several times in my life where I've needed to move countries, I've needed to move cities, but every time I've done it, it's been worth it. And I found something that truly changed my life in each of those phases in my life, wherever I moved to. But it's one of the most difficult decisions you can make in your life. Right up there with like death and divorce, moving can be extremely traumatic. But if it's the right move to the right place with the right people, it may be trauma, dismantling your old life, but getting into the new life will be absolutely worth it because you'll feel the transformation of having a new life. So when you've identified what your fears are and what you need to change, what do you do next to make the change? You might be like, oh God, I need to change the country I'm living in. It's time. Or, oh God, I need to get that divorce. The relationship is not right and I've tried everything to fix it and it's time to let it go. Or maybe it's the opposite, like it's my time to be happy. I've been single long enough and I'm confident now that I can have a healthy relationship and it's time to find that healthy relationship. Whatever situation you're in and the guidance you're getting that will transform your life, it's gonna feel a little bit scary and a little bit uncomfortable. You're gonna be thinking, oh God, do I really want to do this? Do I really want to date and meet new people and give up my Friday nights to meet losers in order to find a good person? You'll have those kind of objections at first. And what you need to do with those objections is you need to lean into the discomfort and lean into the fear. Now, that doesn't mean you have all the right strategies or all the right intellectual information to deal with the situation, actually, when you're first starting out. You may not know the right strategy, especially if you're trying to move to a new country or you're trying to figure out how to have a happy and peaceful divorce. These are really big challenges in your life, but they offer an opportunity to really transform your life as well in a really powerful and deep way. And so you can acknowledge that maybe you're not fully in control and you may not have all the intellectual strategies you need. But what you do have is your courage to lean into the discomfort and to do the right things to get the process started, whatever that next step may be that scares you. Maybe you need to research the place that you're going to move to figure out what housing costs look like, or Maybe you need to research lawyers to see who can help you with a divorce, or maybe you need to hop on a dating app to see who's available locally in your area. Whatever those first steps are, they can be very scary, but taking the first step usually leads you to the next step and to the next step. And by the way, a very important caveat to this transformation that you're trying to create in your life to remember is that you probably want to keep this process private for a time. When I was looking for a partner in life, the process that I went through, that now I'm a bit more open to sharing and talking about my experience going on dating apps and figuring out what I wanted. I'm a bit more open to talking about that now. But at the time that I was going through it, I kept it very private. I didn't want people to know about it while I was in the throes and figuring out what to do. Because the truth is, when you are meeting new people, there are a lot of random people that you encounter. It's part of the process. And I didn't want to turn that into a victim story, and complain and then have it become another reason that I didn't find my life partner. I think that's the challenge of looking for the right person for you sometimes, is I know this sounds a bit cliche, but you have to sift through a lot of people who are not right for you, Mr. Wrongs, before you find the right person. And it's not easy. We get hung up on people along the way when we think that they're it, but maybe the next one around the corner is actually a better fit for us. So we have to be willing to let go, and that can be very difficult. That can really challenge our courage and our self-discipline, but it's worth it. And so you want to keep the process of creating that new life change very private, because when you share it with the wrong people, with friends and family who are maybe intending to protect you, they might say something like, oh, going on a dating app is very dangerous. Going and getting housing in another country is very dangerous. Sorry, I just needed to cough. Self-care 101, drink lots of water. As I was saying about manifesting that new life transforming thing in your life, it's often a good idea to keep it very private, or maybe share with a couple of people that you really trust what you're leaning into and what you're creating in your life, because there will be naysayers. But the interesting thing is, usually when you get to the other end of that journey, when you've done the work and you've transformed your life, you've successfully found the partner, or you've successfully divorced, or you've successfully moved to another country, people are really often surprised by the results you've created. And then they'll go, oh, of course, that's how you were successful. They backtrack and they think, oh, the steps you've taken, they were really wise and they did lead to your success. But if you tell them about the process too prematurely before you got the result, they think that your actions are foolish, that you are putting yourself out there, you're sticking your neck out there to get your head chopped off, right? And that's because people have their own ceilings. They live in a place where their ceiling is a certain height and they don't go above their ceiling in life. And that's very limiting. Maybe we're a lot taller and our ceilings are a lot higher than another person's, and that scares them. The best way to not evoke fear in them is just to not tell them what we're doing until we've been successful. And sometimes that's what it takes to create success, is we have to work on things privately, confidentially, until we've created the success. And the people that naysay us, they could be very well-intended. For example, I'm more leaning into the extrovert side of the personality, and I like being around people. I come from a family of mostly introverts though, and so they find my ability to go out into the world and make friends with people a little bit intimidating at times, and they're a little bit scared for me, like, oh, what if you meet the wrong person, But I feel very confident in myself that I can handle myself even when that happens. But they'll kind of naysay the process and say, you shouldn't be meeting new people like this, like you shouldn't be doing this or that. But then when I get to the result and I found the right person, then they're like, oh, of course it worked. You see what I mean? So we all have these different personality types, and people, when they're negative, sometimes it's not even about them being a bad person or being negative or whatever. They've just got a different perspective and a different kind of personality, but you don't want to let their opinions get in the way of your process of manifesting the thing that's going to transform your life. So that's very critical to keep moving forward and to follow your own intuition and your own guidance about what's going to change your life. And not everybody's going to be comfortable with that. So it's good to keep it private and work on it yourself. So I hope you enjoyed my lesson today about how to manifest something new and big and life transforming into your life. Of course, the whole process depends on what you're trying to manifest, and it can look very different depending on what you're going for in life and what scares you. We're all different and we're all diverse as human beings. Maybe for one person, moving across the country is not scary for them, but something as small as like taking an exam somewhere scares the crap out of them, you know? Or maybe it's showing up on a date scares the crap out of them. Whatever it is, you have to find a way to lean into those moments of being uncomfortable if you want to create something new in your life. I hope you enjoyed my video today about transforming your life. If you want to hit subscribe to get more life transforming information about manifestation and relationships, I am so happy to have you on my channel and to hear from you. Do you have any comments about what you're working on that will transform your life this year in 2024? I'd be really curious to see that and see what people are working on. And I have some projects that I'm keeping a little bit confidential that are on the way, and hopefully I'll get to announce more and talk more about them very soon. But in the meantime, I hope you're all working on your projects and making your dreams come true this year in 2024. I hope you're all having an amazing week. Take care. Bye now.